My Twitter account co-host of the Beer and Breakfast Show.
You should do. You should definitely do that. I'm going to get some promo shots like on Sky Sports, like when Gary Neville's in suit like that. No, I'm going to get you like that. But you've got to wear like a 1980s suit with big lapels or something. Good morning, welcome to Beer and Breakfast, your matchday morning build-up show here on the Shoreham View. I'm Johnny, this is
Jono.
We're once again in Farm Road. Quite the regular now, aren't I?
You are?
Let's start buying
might buy a pint soon.
Don't know what you're talking about. I have to get a membership. How much is a membership?
£15.
For a year?
Yeah, then £5 a year after that.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Not only should you sub to this channel, because a whopping 60% of you are watching but not subscribing, terrible, but you should also get a membership to Farm Road. The pints are great, the company's lovely, and he's not too bad neither.
No, I'm shit.
So, coming up on today's show, we've got the whole recap.
Team news.
This or that.
Fan previews.
The Derby preview.
And more.
Oh, that were a fucking lovely result, weren't it?
It were a good performance.
Don't remember much of it after I took that beating.
Yeah. Your scars have healed up.
Yeah, I've healed up quite well considering how bad it were apparently. But yeah, away from that shower of shit, fucking what a result.
Yeah, we were pretty confident though, weren't we, to start off with. You've got the team that you wanted.
Yeah.
Technically, so yeah. It were always going to be a good game, weren't it?
It were brilliant, as always. Billy Sharp only scores as a sub, doesn't he?
Well, he's proved me wrong, but when was the last time he scored a hat-trick? Do that one if you can.
There's your next challenge, Sharp. Fuck all this praise. Until you scored a hat-trick, Jono thinks you wank.
I'll come up with something after that, I know.
Well, last time you scored 5 in a game.
An overhead kick.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Hat-trick.
Hat-trick first.
Perfect hat-trick. Left foot, right foot header.
I thought you were going to say, overhead kick.
Overhead kick, bicycle kick, diving header. Yeah. But no, it were Morgan Gibbs White's something else, innit?
Oh, yeah, what a player. Is he going to stop?
They could get recalled in January, is what scares shit out of me.
Yeah. We'll be lost without him at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. One thing I do want to say as well is, we scored 2 corners.
We did.
Scored 2 corners, including one corner that only went to front post, so usually we'd be saying, didn't even beat front man, and we scored from that one at all.
Well, like I said when he first came in, we've got someone who can take a corner.
Oh, God. That jump and all, not just a relief for scoring goals away from home, not just a relief for knowing that you're in front now, but to score from a set piece.
I know. It's just not, I can't remember last time we scored a corner.
Corky, I think it was a Corky special back in there. Corky special. Okay, now. Anyway, that's our brief thoughts on the whole game. Let's see what the fans had to say.
I made a quick reaction to the great result of the weekend, 3-1 against Hull City. I thought pretty comfortable, to be honest with you. I thought at times it maybe rode his luck a little bit. When they got back to 3-1, obviously they've had half a chance more than half a chance with Tyler Smith going through and scoring, and it should have been given. I feel like he was onside. But I thought the performance in general was a pretty decent performance, all in all. Morgan Gibbs White, the standout again for me, puts the cross in for the for the first goal. Outstanding cross for Billy Sharp to get on the end of. That's food and drink for Billy Sharp. Great movement as well down the right hand side. He gets the corner for the second one with a cross, I believe, was it? And then the third one was the great shot that he wins the corner for as well. When he scored 2 goals from a corner, which I couldn't quite believe at the time. That just shows that Conor Horan can be a great asset in dead ball situations. First one very much from the training ground. I'm glad we scored from him, to be fair, because the amount of grappling and pushing and shoving, particularly by Honeyman, were a bit of a disgrace, to be honest with you. But no, decent performance. I thought, again, like I said, Morgan Gibbs-White was a standout. I thought off the ball, even the stuff you probably don't notice, the little pockets of spaces he picks up, it doesn't, he starts on the right hand side, but then doesn't stick out there. For him and Brewster swapped positions quite a few times, and the whole players just didn't know where he was. To be fair, he was getting on the ball, doing his fancy flicks like he does, being positive. Really, really exciting. This lad, and I thought it was great at the weekend. So like I said, comfortable win in the end, and a good win to top off a decent week. It could have been so much better had it not been for that equaliser by Preston. But what was it, 7 points in a week, 11 goals. We're moving on up, and we are really starting to click. And I thought the fact that Jokanovic wasn't happy with the performance after it goes to show the levels and standards he expects as well. So looking forward to what's to come.
Good result against Hull. Didn't get back in time for it, having travelled back from Southampton. We got back in time to watch it on telly, but result were good. I think performance could have been better. But we can't ask no more, really. We move on now. So next game, we've got a set Southampton game. We're an excellent game of football. Really enjoyed it, which is unusual for a cup, but I thought we played some banging football. Good game. They were good and all, but promising that backup players can play like that. So we move on.
We're going up again.
I mean, again.
Well, we're going up after the Peterborough game, and then after the Preston game we weren't again, but now we are again.
Okay, glad you've cleared that up.
Yeah.
Good week though.
Very good week, yeah. 7 points.
Should have been
some
9
goals. I can't even add them up. There were that many. Yeah, brilliant.
We scored 11 goals.
11. Your maths is quicker than mine, obviously.
Well, we have, but a comfortable win today, really. I thought we were, I wouldn't say in complete control. First half was fairly even, and we scored a good goal. Excellent cross from MGW. Headed in by BS.
He's not that bad. He's pretty good.
But no, I thought it was a fairly even half. We scored a good goal. Could have had a second, obviously. BS was BS from the penalty spot.
It was,
and then second half just took it away with two corner goals.
Yeah, it's over, isn't it? The joke hitting first man, although second one did hit the first man, but luckily it happened to be Egan. But yeah, first one, brilliant foul by Sharp. One they've worked on in training, being dirty, obviously. And then, yeah, second one, same sort of thing again. Good movement, good pushing and shoving in box, tussling, if you want to call it that. Well, just cheating. Good cheating, basically. And it's worked for us, hasn't it? Don't know if it'll work again, if refs are going to have an eye out for us doing that, but something they've worked on, and it paid off for once. Really good.
But no, it was a really solid win, and deserved away performance.
Yeah, definitely. I like how you're waving someone off camera. You're forgetting that this one is.
My sister's just arrived, and so she's asked me if I wanted a cuppa.
A cuppa. You're drinking beer, aren't you?
Yeah, I'll have a cappuccino chaser.
Fair enough.
Celebrate our win at Hull. But no, it feels a lot more positive than a week ago. It's not just about the wins and scoring some goals. We just look like it looks like the plan is, or whatever plan he had. It looks like we've got an idea of what it might be, whereas before I don't think anybody had a clue what we were trying to do. Whereas now you can see little pockets, and maybe it has been just Gibbs White and obviously Ndiaye last week, some flair players that have got on the ball and allowed us to play it forward quicker. But I just feel more positive that we're going to score some goals.
Yeah, we look like we're going to concede some, but it's Vindaloo, isn't it? Vindaloo football. Slav's Vindaloo football. Not the Vindaloo that Bogle obviously ate before the game and shat himself and couldn't play.
But now he's on the bench.
Well, obviously they've got Commode on the bench. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, Vindaloo is in the song, we're going to score one more than you, and it's entertaining at the minute. We do still look like we need to shore it up at the back a bit, but we just look... Well, we look like we can go forward. Even the missus today, watching it with me, she said, they look more free-flowing and cohesive. I'm going to say sat outside of Don Goodman, but she made more sense than him. So, yeah.
We just got to, I think the sort of talk of, we're going to do a Sunderland and fly back down the divisions, that's been, banished until we lose next 2 or 3, and then we'll say it again. But no, I think now we know that, we're going to, at the very least, we're probably going to be a mid-table side, and hopefully we can push up and just keep evolving and developing this new style.
Or just keep winning. That'll do me.
Yeah, that'll do.
How refreshing is it to watch the Sheffield United side pull off a comfortable, routine, yet unspectacular win? Of course, Peterborough was brilliant putting all those goals past them and really coming out strong. But Hull, it was just nice, if that's the right word. Never looked in too much danger. We always seemed comfortable without being outstanding. And that's something that this side's missed for a very long time. And yeah, it can feel a bit boring, but it's nice and refreshing because obviously last season in the Premier League we never had that. Very rarely had it the season before. I can't think of many games where we looked comfortable. There was always a bit of an edge to them just because of the quality that other teams had in the Premier League. Yeah, I don't think we've seen it since like a couple of games in the promotion season. It was really nice to be reminded that in the Championship those games can happen and did happen. Sharp scoring on his 300th appearance. What an absolute club legend. When is that statue going up? Because it has to be soon. Just continues to improve on his game, I think, despite his age. He is a really, really impressive centre forward for us these past, 5-6 years since he re-signed now. And yeah, he just continues to improve different parts of his game and puts in different styles of performances, as rightly mentioned on Blades Pod this week. And yeah, happy for Egan to get 2 goals as well. His first goal since Wolves, I believe. And yeah, terrific headers, awful marking from Hull. I don't know what George Honeyman was doing. I think it was for the third. Because he seemed to come on and he's giving Sharp a bit. Sharp does dig him a little bit, but it's only because Honeyman is properly going at Sharp. And it just seemed like most of their tactics were like, ignore the ball coming in, just make sure the Sheffield United players don't get anywhere near it. And it failed miserably. Egan spinning away for the first one and then darting to the front post to meet 2 Hourahan corners. And yeah, good to see Tyler Smith come on as well and do a run out for Hull, setting up a goal. Probably should have had one himself. But yeah, what a performance. Well, not even what a performance, what a result with a pretty comfortable performance. Dead happy with that. Come on, Blades.
Yo, God, I've got a bit of a goatee beard going on here, haven't I, to be fair. Messed up shave, I don't look like Sean Dyche. Anyway, I'm not going to speak like him. Good week. Can't really fault with that, can you? 7 points from 3 games. Should have been 9, but 11 goals in 3 games. If you think about where we've come from in the past 2 weeks, and how shit we were against Luton in that 0-0 draw, and how shite we were against Huddersfield at home, and not even to mention the West Brom game, I think we can't really ask for more as that as a turnaround in 2 weeks. Still lots to improve, and I think we will improve, and I think there's lots of places that we can be better. I think the opposition this week have been pretty shit, Hull and Peterborough in particular. But people will be thinking, what's changed? What's the catalyst? But anyone who watches Shoreham View, who when I was a couple of weeks ago, I did warn people that the good times they were are coming. So this will be on again against Derby. Let's go.
So, final thoughts from all. A good basis to move on from after disappointment of Preston, really, weren't it?
It is now, but the standard's raised up now.
Yeah.
I think we're expecting this standard to keep with us for a while. I don't know if it's a bit more pressure on players, but...
Yeah. Well, saying that, though, Southampton game, didn't look that bad, and it was a second fiddle team, so...
It was, and Southampton had a really strong side, and to score 2 goals against a Premier League side, it's like 8th goals that we scored last season.
Yeah. 8th goals.
It bodes well.
Yeah, but it's like I said on the actual preview video for the Hull game. If we turn up playing like we did against Preston or Peterborough, we win that game, and we did.
Yeah.
We just need to keep that going. We can't take us foot off at pedal now. Enda Stevens coming back and all against Southampton.
Cracking time to come back and score.
I know.
That's good an headache for Slav, doesn't it? So.
Is that a dilemma for weekend? So I like how Norrington Davis has been playing. He's not been perfect, but he's been good.
Yeah, he has. He's not been one stood out that's saying, no, he's rubbish, he's not good enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, and Stevens, obviously last season, didn't play well.
Comes back and scores.
I'm
just going to itch me back. Outtakes. Who were your man of the match for the All game?
I'm going for Gibbs White.
Gibbs White, yeah.
Just run show. Brilliant player.
Everything he did, it was perfect, weren't it?
Yeah, it's terrified their players, and yeah, it's too good for our team at the moment, isn't it?
It's like, remember we loaned, this reminds me actually, we did this with Matt Phillips in League One. We loaned him and he went back in January and all, didn't he?
Yeah, he was a great player at the time.
Fucking far too good for us, and this reminds me of that. And then what happened when Matt Phillips went back?
We went on a downward spiral.
There is no comparison, it's nothing like that, and we're going to be fine even if Morgan Gibbs goes back. So, another 3 points on the board. Let's have a look at league table quickly. Well, Jono, would you look at that? Your favourites for relegation?
Data not available.
Bournemouth top at league, knocking Fulham and West Brom off at top 2. We didn't see that coming, did we?
No, I think we both were happy with Fulham and West Brom to piss league, actually, and now they're falling away, and Data not ready at top.
Coventry Stoke doing well. Blackburn in top 6 like I predicted. Huddersfield in 7th, and I don't know, it's a strange looking top 10, but looking at bottom half, of course, we've got that behemoth climbing all the way to 14th after a win away at Hull. Speaking of Hull, welcome to bottom 3. Long may you stay there.
Propping us all up is Derby, -2, unfortunately with their points deduction.
Yeah, we're going to talk a bit more about that later, obviously, in build-up, but fucking hell. It took a lot for Forest to get off at the bottom of the table, and for it to be their main fucking rivals and do it with a points deduction, they must feel brilliant. So, we've seen improvements.
Okay. So, some of the more eagle-eyed amongst you may have just noticed that Beer and Breakfast isn't live. It's pre-recorded. I know, breaking the fourth wall or what? Anyway, some of us, me, forgot that there were more games last night. So this league table me and John have just spent the best part of a couple of minutes reviewing. Out of date. So there's no complaining, there's no moaning, and so I don't get, but Johnny, that league table's out of date. Ugh, God, you're so far behind, you don't even put all the effort in to get it right, Kalamna. And don't lie, there will be some of you that did that. Here is the updated league table. Enjoy.
So, we've seen improvements. We've seen us climb the table. We've got, what have we got next?
Derby.
Derby, as Slav called them earlier on in the week. Speaking of Slav, let's go and see what he had to say.
Start with an update on Lise Mousset and David McGoldrick, please.
Both start working today with us, and this is positive way for positive news for all of us, for them too. This is not competition. It's not for 11 guys. At the end, I need more people. I need more competition. I need they are fighting for being in the squad, fighting for being the bench, fighting for being in the starting 11. Everything is always where some quality people come back is important news for us. I believe some experienced people can give some youngest some important things. For another side, this is thing about collaboration. Is some of these youngest people can give more experience, different things what they don't have, what they start to lost. I know this player because I am working a lot of the years with him. I know the personality, I know the character. I am sure he can support the team. And for another side, he play decent game. He show he's still a player who can give us the positive thing on the field. At the end, we are talking about one champion of the continent. It's a player who play a lot of the years for Algerian national team. We are not. I don't prefer. You are thinking I am thinking some guy from my family or something like this. He is completely valid guy for this group, and what I know about him, he don't will stop. He will push and he will fighting for his for his position, the starting 11. Listen, first of all, as Derby is huge club. This kind of the situation happened at the end. Can be some extra motivation for the players because it's not comfortable situation for all the club and for players too. But they security. I am sure they will show some unit and try show they are strong group and I believe they be mentally really ready for fighting for try show they are strongest and they are biggest than this situation around them.
So obviously listening to what Slav had to say there, looking at team news, we've got Mousse and McBurney and they're on the recovery trail.
Goldrick.
So look at what Slav had to say there. We've obviously got Didze and Mousse on the way back, training on the grass. Stevens is fully available after his impressive goal scoring start. So it looks like we're coming close, other than Jack O'Connell, who's probably going to start a boxing career anytime soon, to having a full team.
A full team, headache for Slav, because he likes Mousse, doesn't he?
Somebody has to. But I don't know. Mousse comes across as a nice bloke to have in the changing room, but we need to keep him away from chinos.
Where he's probably been for the past 3 months.
For just 3?
Yeah.
Well, I suppose he spent over 3 at Northern General, so... But anyway, I still stand by. He could be a fucking brilliant player if he shows anything close to what he showed in the first few months in Premier League.
Definitely, and even in pre-season he looked pretty good.
Yeah.
He did have a new spring in his step, so you never
For 30
know.
minutes before he got staged.
That were it.
So looking at that, it's coming together.
It is. Things are looking well.
They are, but the biggest headaches are coming in midfield.
Yeah, we've gone from no options at all to options galore.
Jimmy Fleck's dead. Long live fucking John.
Exactly. Leave Jimmy away.
Jimmy can stay away, and we've got Norwood playing up. But then again, in Norwood's position, you've got Oran who can take a set piece, which leads us nicely into
this or that.
Welcome to your cheesy morning matchday game. This or that, one of Jono's favourites, his highlight of the week.
It is. I can't wait for this day.
Day?
Well, this moment.
This moment the day. Of course, it's live every Saturday morning, of course.
Yep.
We're presuming that Norwood hasn't picked up an injury and Hourahan hasn't picked up an injury from the hour from this kick-off, because it's definitely live.
Berg did, didn't he?
Oh, God, yeah.
So,
your choices this week are: do we stick with the ever-improving Ollie Norwood, who looks like he's finding his form again? Or do we go for the set-piece master that is Conor Hourahan? As always, home dealer first.
To be honest with you, this is a tough one.
Ow!
I'm going to Conor Hourahan.
Oh!
No fancy flick either or all that.
I can't do that this week.
Straight for a Conor Hourahan.
Straight for old Conor Hourahan, CH.
That's it. Well, I said, as soon as he came, someone who can take a corner, cross a ball, have a shot from outside area. Did that overnight, didn't he? So
He did. But for me, playing devil's advocate, as I do every week, some people are going to say, but Norwood's getting better and better, and he's looking like the old Ollie Norwood. If he gets back to the full prime Ollie Norwood, do you stay the same with Conor Hourahan?
Well, that's for another time at the moment. Hourahan.
Can you play them both together?
No, because you're going to have to drop somebody else.
Sander Berg's injured.
Oh, yeah, you could then, couldn't you?
But
then you're going to have, what about Ben Osborne as well? So, he's playing well.
He is. It's headaches. Headaches all up pitch. Good headaches.
But yeah, Conor Hourahan. Johnny, show us your choice.
Yeah. Again, we agree. Not very often, but we agree. Ollie Norwood, if he hits prime form, I'd stick him in there. I think a prime Ollie Norwood's better than a prime Conor Hourahan. But at the moment, we still haven't got prime Norwood. So whatever, we've got somebody who can knock in a corner, knock in a set piece, beat the first man, and lead to 2 goals like we did against Hull. Why would you drop him?
Exactly.
It's an headache though, because in an ideal world, it's like when we had Coots, Fleck, and Norwood. We all wanted it to work, it never did. Could they be the deadly duo? Anyway, that was this or that. This week, we're going to ask you as well. We're going to put it to a vote. I'd say I'd put it on Twitter, but I can't be arsed and I'll forget because I'll be boozing in pub. So leave it in the comments down below. Who would you rather have? Ollie Norwood or Big Connor? So, Wayne Rooney's Derby Cunty next. Derby Cunty.
Derby Cunty.
Derby Cunty. Wayne Rooney's Derby Cunty.
Who's paying for all their travel costs and all, because he's big up like that.
Yeah, I know. He's only doing that so he can get some more fart porn done on him in an hotel.
Not to do with what kind of wages he's on.
Oh, yeah. It's the team struggling, but I'm not taking the wage cut, like. Fuck that. I've got grannies to pay for and Colleen's alimony. The worst Scouse accent ever.
You are getting Stanleyed for that.
You flash Yorkshire bastard. Have you met my mate Stanley? So speaking of Derby Cunty, let's have a look at their last 5 games. League games, before people come in the comments again. What about the League Cup? We beat him at League Cup.
I told you.
So we start off with a 0-0 draw against Borough. We've got them coming up soon, but 0-0 draw, not bad. Then they had the dreaded Brian Clough derby, that heated local derby.
Yeah, it's big for them, but nobody else gives a shit.
1-0. Lost 2-0 to Birmingham. 0-0 with West Brom. Good result, that.
Better than ours.
And a 2-1 win away at Stoke.
They're doing better than everybody thought.
At the beginning of the season, I was the first one to say, what's Wayne Rooney done to earn his management credentials? He kept Derby by the skin of the teeth, and he's another one of these managers where he got a job without really proving himself. And some Derby fans are like, well, he's proven himself here, and this. Yeah, that's all well and good, but does that not say more about your club? Are you not bigger than that? Shouldn't he be proving himself in League 2 or League 1? But then he comes out at blocks, unexpectedly, I might add, and fair play to him, the ugly Scouse Shrek looking bastard. And he does well with him. He's gone towards top at table. They were towards top at table.
So yeah, he's done a good job so far this season, anyways. And they are playing some decent football.
Yeah, I mean, a League Cup game when we played them. 2 things I'll say about Rooney is they were playing nice football. They had a few players missing. They're playing nice football, but he still weren't happy, and that'll come from playing under Alex Ferguson. Alex Ferguson were never happy. So in all fairness to him, if he picks up the best bits that he learned from watching Fergie, he's maybe going to be a good manager. Maybe, we'll see. Maybe. I just fear for him that's it now. All confidence, all that good feeling that they've brought up now is going to get knocked out of sales with this point deduction.
I don't know. I think he'll still get them revved up. They know they've already got points up on the board. I know they've lost them now, but they know they can win.
Yeah.
So that's not going to be out of their mind, surely. So yeah, it's going to be a tough match on Saturday, actually. So
it'll come down to it. You know what? I reckon this sounds really arrogant. This isn't because we're a big club and we're a big test. This is down to mentality. So any Derby fans watching, this isn't me slagging off saying, oh, you have to beat us. This is down to player mentality. You've done so well to then have them points taken away. Your first game after that points deduction is so important for your mentality going forward. And it just happens to be against us. If they go out there and they sneak a 1-0 or they get a 2 or 3-0 good win, they'll go, we can still do this, we can stay up. After the points deduction, if they go out there and we spank them, their mentality is going to be in toilet and they could go on a right shit run.
Yeah, I kind of agree. If they do beat us on Saturday, they'll still have high hopes this season, actually, because it's still early on. But yeah, if they start next couple of games, if they don't get a win, they will start panicking.
Yeah, that's just common mentality in footballers, I think. I do think they can be. I think that the younger, fearless ones are the ones you need, because you find it like we was in the Premier League, with the exceptions of maybe Sharpie, were fighting for every game. Some of these big money players they brought in, I found them quite mentally weak. And that's something Derby's got to look out for in their players.
If they don't get paid anyway, they'll be fucking off, so...
Yeah, exactly. That's the big thing. Wago, we all know how much he loves a pretty penny. Is he still there?
I've no idea.
I hadn't looked at this.
I thought we signed him 3 times, to be honest with you.
Yeah, exactly. He chased the money. How's that going, mate?
Cheap shot.
We've had our say on the points deduction and how their season's going. Let's move on to Derby fans, see what he has to say.
Hey there, Blades fans. It's Corey, and I'm part of the Round 1 half of the Rams Review podcast, talking all things Derby County. Hope you're having a great day. So when we look at going into this weekend's game, it's going to be an exciting match. Derby started the season out quite well, quite surprising, I think, for a lot of Derby supporters. Obviously, we had the transfer embargo. We're only able to bring in 23 senior professionals. And they were on kind of small wages at £4,500 a week, small wages for the football economy anyway. And the start to the season's been absolutely fantastic, I think, from what we had expected. This team has shown a willingness to work hard, to graft, to grit, to grind, to do whatever it takes to get results in. And it's been fantastic to see. It's not always been pretty, but, Derby are able to go out there and get results. They don't tend to score more than one goal in a game. They did against Stoke, which was, again, a very surprising, very, very fantastic performance. And the defense has tightened up quite a bit. And considering that they went to the Hawthorns and played West Bromwich Albion a couple weeks ago, and basically it was like the Alamo for 90 minutes. It was able to walk away with the point, was absolutely fantastic. And I think the start to the season, though, has to be obviously questioned a little bit with what's been going on off the field, with the recent news of administration, the 12-point deduction, and then apparently another deduction of -9 for financial fair play irregularities and breaching FFP regulations from the EFL. And so with that brings me to what to expect from Derby. I think you'll expect a team that'll probably go down at this point. I think everybody from the Derby fan base is kind of expecting that. I think that we are all together now. I think what this administration has done is it's galvanized this group of players and the fans base to be really a lot more connected, and something that we weren't really before. But what I think is when you show up to Bramall Lane and you watch Derby, you'll see a team that fights and will grind and will do whatever it takes to get a result. It won't always be pretty, like I said, but they will scrap and fight for everything. There are some decent players on show. Three, one of which is Ravel Morris, and he links play very well. He'll sometimes drop deep to try to influence the play a little bit more. And you've got Tom Lawrence and you've got Kamil Jóźwiak. They'll also be very good. We've got a bit of pace about him, and Tom Lawrence is the Derby captain now, and I think he's also one of Derby's best performing player, or most important players when he performs well, but his form is sporadic, which is why he's still in the championship. So I think defensively, when you look at it, Kel Roos, he's been fantastic as of late, but he always tends to have a little bit of a mistake in him. So you could be on the lookout for that. And then the center half pairing between Curtis Davis and Phil Jagielka, obviously Big Phil. He's not the youngest. He's not the spring chicken that he was before. So they've got a lot of experience at the back. They can sometimes get caught out as our fullbacks push forward with Nathan Byrne and Lee Buchanan. So that's something to look out for. But I think the other player that's going to be key for Derby is midfielder Graham Shinney. He's wearing the number 4 shirt, the Scottish Pirlo, we like to call him. He will run his absolute socks off for 90 minutes, and he'll break up any play. He'll do all that kind of dirty work that you need for someone to do. He's got a very good pass and a bit of a shot on him as well. And up until last season, he was taking penalties, and I still do think that he takes some of the corners as well. So very influential player for Derby, brought from Aberdeen under a couple seasons ago, and has really kicked on since. I think when I look at how the Blades have lined up, I'm a bit surprised to see a bit of a slow start to the season from you guys, but that does tend to happen for Premier League teams that come down. I look at your squad and I think there's a lot of quality there. There's a lot of experience there. There's a lot of championship nous there. Personally, I think David McGoldrick is your best striker. I love David McGoldrick. I think he's just a fantastic workman kind of player. And obviously Billy Sharp scores goals at this level. Having watched Ryan Brewster and Ollie McBurney, I don't necessarily think Ollie McBurney, I'll start with. I don't think he's up to snuff at the thing, and Ryan Brewster obviously hasn't brought his shooting boots with him to Sheffield just yet. And obviously you have Jaden Bogle still, and I loved Bogues when he was here at Derby. Fantastic player for us, and I wish him all the best. And I'm sure that this season, the last couple of games, your form is kind of increased. So, form has gotten better over the last couple of weeks. So what I expect that you guys will be in and around the playoff hunt come the end of the season and be a strong candidate for promotion back to that Premier League. And I think for me, confidence wise, I'm going into this season and looking at it having no expectations at all from Derby County. I said earlier that I expect them to get relegated now with the points deductions. It's going to be a very, very tough ask. And I mean, if they do escape, will be the greatest of great escapes, and they'll probably build a statue of Wayne Rooney, because if he can save them, it would be a remarkable achievement. But I think for me, it's just going in there and seeing this team fight and grind and win and work hard for this team, and then look at it and just sit there and think how fortunate I am to still be supporting Derby County, and hopefully that there's still a club to support in a year's time, in 2 years' time, in 5 years' time, in 10 years' time. And how fortunate we are to have a football club. And for a score prediction, obviously I'm going to pick Derby to win. I think Derby's form will continue after their good performance against Stoke. Phil Jagielka put Billy Sharp in his back pocket, and Derby will win 2-1. But, like I said, guys, thank you. All the best for the rest of the season except for Saturday.
One thing I do want to say, fair play to Derby fans coming up. We don't always see eye to eye as clubs, but I'm embarrassed that we've charged them that much money for an away ticket.
I mean, I said it before, I think it was a Preston match. Lower your prices, please. 30 were plenty in Premierships.
Yeah.
You're going to be talking £25 maximum for away days.
There'd be a £30 ticket cap in Premier League, top flight, and then how are we allowing Championship clubs to charge 38 quid? Look at what we were saying when Pigs charged us 42.
Exactly. Well, in end that were worth every penny, but
because we beat them 4-2 as well.
Because we beat them 4-2. But yeah, that were disgusting prices, and we're just going the same way.
And it embarrasses me.
I think even match day tickets are getting expensive for us as well.
I understand we're chasing losses because of COVID, and we could get about 84,000 accountants on to describe, well, you're not seeing the bigger picture, and this, that, and the other, and blah, blah, blah. We need to do this, we need to do that. We could put a massive spin on it. Don't give a fuck. I'm a football fan. At the end of the day, charging
we're working class.
That's what we are. Charging any fan £38 for a fucking ticket, home or away, is embarrassing. Right. Unless it's in a VIP section, which our away end is fucking not.
It's just not just 38 quid though, is it?
No.
Because you've got your coach, your beer money, something to eat, programme if you still buy them.
Programme, 3 quid.
God rest his soul.
£5.50 nowadays. But anyway, yeah. Johnny, you're just having a slag off at ownership again. No, it's deeper than that. Every football club, stop taking piss out your fans. Stop taking piss out of travelling fans. It's not on. And I'm embarrassed. And fair play to Derby for selling out, because that's a fucking good effort, that.
It is.
I still hope we fucking thrash you 4-0, you cunts. Match preview. How do we see this game going?
It's going to be tougher than Hull game, I think. I don't know how they're going to take their points deduction. That's the thing. If they come up still with confidence from previous results, I can see a 2-2 draw.
Do we go in unchanged team, or do we put Ender Stevens in? See how he goes? Don't know. Do we change a winning formula front league?
Yeah.
Oh, go on.
I think you're going to drop Brewster.
I don't know. He did all right at all.
He did, but he's just frustrating. He does well at middle at Park, but then stops. Not running to box.
If Brewster cost us $500,000, would we be as scathing and as much on his back as much as if it cost us what he did?
Definitely not.
No, that's the bit that gets to me. He's a young lad. If we'd bought him from Macclesfield for $500,000, we'd give him a lot more time to develop. But there's two things going against that. One, we didn't pay $500,000 from Macclesfield, and look at what he did at Swansea. Do we need to adapt to bring him into the game? Or does he need to do more to fit into our system?
Needs to do more.
Needs to do more.
Needs to do more. Just get in box. A couple of times at Hull, where he's passed ball at middle of their half, and then stopped there instead of making a run into box. And some balls have been crossed in there. It's got to be on Enderham.
Yeah, it's true. Is he a player low on confidence? That goal at League Cup, it's League Cup. Does he need? Are we shifting goalposts by saying this, or does he need a league goal?
He needs a league goal. Missing a penalty overnight's not going to help, is it?
No. I think a lot of people got on his back straight away. I sarcastically did in group chat. I said we should sell the whole team. I even changed name at group to Slav out. But on Twitter, people going off as though it's worst thing since fucking, I don't know, Lawrence Tenuvel. The lad's got potential, and we've got to keep investing that potential unless somebody's going to buy us off him for a money take back, which they're not going to.
What about if Wolves want to do a swap deal with Gibbs White?
I'm not touching that one with Fitz football, but I'm in. Predictions for the game, Jono. You've already said 2-2. Are you sticking with that?
I'm sticking with 2-2, yep.
It's a difficult one because they've been playing well.
This is where he comes up with about 4 different scenarios.
No, I've got a definitive answer. We're going to lose 1-0.
Oh.
We're going to batter him. We're going to brutalise him. We're going to murder him. We're going to take all the plaudits and we're going to be like, we're fucking killing these. How are we not winning? How are we not winning? 88th minute. Bop. Header. Back post. 1-0.
Wagon.
No. He'll have to come off after 20 minutes after getting pelted with £5 notes. They get your money grabbing cut. No, it could be Wagon. I don't know. I've got you know what I'm like. I make emotional decisions, not head decisions. And I just got this feeling that we're going to lose 1-0 after battering them.
Fair enough.
What do you guys think? What's the score's going to be? Who's going to score? How's the game going to go? Let us know right down there in them comments. What you can do is send a video in to this email address. John, where's the email address this week?
I'm going to make it a bit bigger.
Oh, covering our faces. Good move. Yeah, send it into the email address that's just been on screen, and you could be in the next video. Send in your game reactions, anything up to an hour after the game, even if it's when you get home, because I'm always late editing anyway. My timekeeping's
You should
great.
go home straight after the match instead of having some more beers.
Nah. Yeah, send it into that email address. You could be in the video. Some people who have done that are coming up. Jono, who's coming up now?
Some more Blades fans.
Right, the Rams at the Lane then. I'm thinking it's going to be a Desmond. We're going to have a 2-2 in store. I think we'll score. I don't worry about us scoring these days. We look like we'll score every time we go forward sometimes when we're on it, so I'm not worried about that, but I think we will concede. I think that they've picked up some good results lately. Picked up a few good results, and I think with everything that's happening off the pitch and the fact that they've sold out this expensive away allocation, I think it's going to galvanise the whole squad, and they're going to go on a bit of a run, to be honest. So I think they will be difficult to play against. I think it'll be a hard game. So yeah, but I don't think we'll lose it. I'm thinking we're going to draw. Went to the cup game last night. That was really good. It was good. Obviously, 11 changes. It was a very disjointed team. I know that they made changes well and looked just as disjointed as we did, but yeah, I was really impressed. It shows that when everyone's on it and everyone's hungry, we do have good depth in our squad and good competition for places. So that can only be a bonus. It was nice to see Ollie McBurney get on the score sheet. When it goes to a penalty, it's lottery really. Anyone can take it. And obviously, Fraser Forster's an absolute giant in goal, isn't he? So yeah, I'm not too hard on the lads after that cup game. Realistically, it's not one we're going to win. So it's nice to just. It was nice to have some games where we can try and keep some momentum up. But yeah, I'm not too upset to be out of that one. Derby coming up. It'll be a big game. Then team selection wise, I'm hoping Ben Davies is fit to be back in. I don't know about Sander. Obviously, he was last second omission on Saturday, but it sounded precautionary, so he should be back in. If the team gets released on Saturday and it's the initial one that was meant to be starting at Hull, I'll be very, very happy, and I'd be a bit more confident of a win if that was the case. But yeah, it's hard to say. Hopefully Ndiaye will play. He's just got that bit of magic, hasn't he, really? You could see it last night early in the game. Again, he faded and he was struggling. But yeah, there was some players got 90 minutes that I was really excited to see get that amount of time. So yeah, that's about it. But yeah, enjoy Saturday Blades up the Blades.
Following on from United's defeat in the Carabao Cup to Southampton, we'll look ahead to United retaining his championship duties with the visit of Derby County this weekend. What my thoughts and feelings ahead of this fixture? Well, I believe it's a case of write Derby County off at your peril. I believe Wayne Rooney and his Chargers deserve a lot of credit. Wayne has been able to bring together a team of veterans and younger talents and really, from the outside, create a siege mentality which has served them well in the opening parts of the season. But what would I like to see from United? Team-wise, I'd like to see the introduction of Jayden Bogle coming in. I think we saw this evening against Southampton the quality he can bring in an attacking sense, driving into the box and picking a good delivery. Him coming in for Baldock. What else would I like to see? I'd like to see, obviously, the continuation of Morgan Gibbs-White pulling the strings in midfield and in attack. And then just a continuation of the confidence, what we have shown in the previous couple of games. Yes, it will be a tricky fixture for the Blades, but really, if we've got desires on promotion, it's really a game we should be winning.
Hey mate, hope we're good. Just a preview for Derby County this weekend, and before I start and get onto the actual game preview, I just want to say well done to the Derby fans who sold their initial ticket allocation of 1,500, and they'll probably sell out as well. The ticket prices that we are charging is an absolute disgrace, and I'm embarrassed by the club to be honest with you, to be charging those sort of prices. Like I said, I've got a season ticket. If you're going in the South Stand or John Street, I think it's £41 again, full credit to you if you're paying those sort of prices. I think Johnny and Sky did a brilliant video with Billy Sharp, and Johnny was talking about him, Sharp was talking about as well, how a working class club, and ticket pricing like that, it's just forcing the working man out of the game. So again, whoever's making them sort of decisions at Bramall Lane, I urge you to please have a look at that and just, I'm not asking them to be a tenner a ticket, I'm not asking that, but £41 to go and watch a game, if you're an adult with kids, you're looking at £100. It's too much, But going on to the game, Derby County, they've always had their disastrous news, but it didn't look like it affected them on the pitch. It looked like it inspired them, if anything, at the weekend against Stoke, wasn't it? They won 2-1, Stoke came in flying high as well. But I'm expecting a good Sheffield United performance, to be honest with you. I think Jukanovic will be demanding a bit more than we did at Hull. I was happy with what we did at Hull, but Jukanovic wasn't. So I think he'll be looking to make a real statement. Maybe the return of Jagielka for Derby, but in terms of our team selection, I think we go Olsen in goal, Baldock right back, Davis if he's fit and Egan at centre half, Norrington Davis left back, toss up between Horan and Norwood. Personally, me Horan, because of the set pieces, Fleck, Gibbs White and Osborne and Sharp, and then I think the one toss up is if Berg's fit, does Berg play or does Ndai play? I think that's the only sort of, I'm a bit iffy on, I'm not too sure, and I wouldn't be too fussed either way, to be honest with you. Personally, if Berg's fit, I'd probably go Berg, and then bring Ndai on after probably 65 minutes, 60 minutes if he's fit. But expecting a good win for the Blades at the week, and I'm going to go 2-0 to the Blades.
Well, this Derby game could be out, couldn't it, really? They're obviously battling for pride, really, and fans are getting right behind them. Well, they might not get to see him that many times again now. But no, it'll be a tough game. We've got a decent first team. Jags is in there, experienced at back. Certainly no pushovers. So we'll just have to see. Just take a win again. If you could score early, we might get a few. But I don't envisage an easy game. It's saying that 12 points for going into administration, then 9 points for financial breaks. So I don't see him stopping up, but they're obviously playing with a lot of pride at the moment. That might change when they start losing a few and it all sinks in. But I expect them to be full of energy and crowd right behind them. Tricky game.
For the second time this season, the Blades welcomed Derby County to Bramall Lane. First time beating them 2-1 in the Cup, of course, and it gives us another chance to welcome back Phil Jagielka, Richard Stearman, and maybe to a lesser extent Ravel Morrison, all former Blades. And it's Jagielka I kind of want to focus on for this video, because he's going to be partnered with Curtis Davis, who scored the winner in Derby's last game, deserved winner despite their impending points deduction and everything. They picked up 3 points against Stoke and looked pretty decent while doing so. So they've still got that fire in them to perform for their fans, despite the club being in dire straits at the minute. But that back line, I think, is where we need to target, because there's a combined 75 years of age in that centre-back partnership between Davies and Jagielka that started the last game and will likely start this game on Saturday. And I know Billy will probably start up front, and he's no spring chicken himself, but he's got good movement about him. Gibbs White and Ndai, if Ndai plays, a lot of pace there to try and get in and around and really hurt Derby where it matters there. I think that's an area we need to focus on massively to see us getting 3 points. And I'm quietly confident, like I was before the whole game, at home. I think we should just have a little bit too much to him, but I don't want to write for them even. I don't want to write them off completely though. Good performance against Stoke. They probably will go down points deduction or otherwise. I think they've probably gone down, but they're not an awful side. I think we will have a bit too much for them, but there's still things to be wary of. It's the Baldock Derby as well, as Sam plays up front for Derby, and George will likely start at right back again for us. The last time, I think this is correct, but the last time those two played against each other in the same game would have been Reading away in the promotion season, where we won 2-0 with two pretty late goals. Or it may even have been the cup game where we won in extra time. I wasn't sure if Sam Baldock that is, played in that game. But yeah, looking forward to it. I think it should be a good 3 points. Fingers crossed anyway, because out can happen in this division. But I'm quietly confident that the Blades can pull it off. Do you reckon I'm right, Louis? Met a cardboard, he doesn't talk. Come on, Blades.
Quite a few people seemed to like quiz last week, Jono.
Don't round me a quiz. No, everybody loves a quiz.
So we're going to stick with a 2-question format. One for you, one for you guys at home. I'm getting cheesier. It's these painkillers, mate. I am fucking off my tits. So yours is first. Cult hero Vasilis Borbokis, right back for the Blades, left Sheffield United for this weekend's opponents, Derby County. But who did he play more games for? The Mighty Blades or Derby County?
What a legend of a player. Grew up loving this kid, but he weren't at the lane that long from what I can remember, so I'm going to say Derby.
It's that final answer.
That's a final answer.
It's locked in.
It's locked in. Pressure.
Vasilis Borbokis played for Sheffield United between 1997 and 1999. 55 games, scoring 6 goals. Vasilis Borbokis left Sheffield United for Derby County in 1999, scoring 1 goal and playing 16 games.
Well, close then, weren't I?
Time for the fan questions for you people out there in camera world.
Who became the 4th most expensive teenager in British football history, leaving the Blades for Derby in 1999, costing the Rams £3 million?
You could be like Bruce Forsyth.
Good game.
Good game, good game. Yeah, if you think you know the answer to that question, that little brain teaser, any Blades fan who were, you know, my kind of tender age, growing up in that era, will be devastated that you left us.
Your young'uns.
And us young'uns will remember it quite well. So if you think you know the answer, stick it in the comments. Let us know on Twitter. Let us know on Facebook. Let us know on Instagram. Send us a fucking email if you want. I don't give a shit. You don't win anything. Just a bit of fun, innit?
Coming up in this week's Blades Media.
Of course, let's not forget that we are spoilt for choice with Sheffield United podcasts out there. We've got Blades Pod, Tufty Club, and 4 Blades in the Pub. All 3 amazing Sheffield United podcasts. Well worth a listen. I'd recommend them to anybody and everybody. Get on there, give them a listen, you won't regret it. No watch along this week, but after the game, Nick will be joining you over on the Sheffield United Way to give you his thoughts on how the game went. Let's hope it's positive Nick that's making a showing and we don't get negative Nick, because we need to keep this run going. I for one will be giving it a watch, and I recommend that you do as well. If they aren't done already, get over to Roy's View and see the pre-match view from the Derby County fans. Safe to say, they're not as confident as they may have been a few weeks back. And of course, after the game, Roy will be gathering all the reaction comments from the Derby fans. Let's hope we send them home with something to moan about. Out now, we're on the Shoreham View. We've got our Chat with Alan Kelly podcast. Some brilliant stories from Ned, and it really is a must-watch for any Blades fan. Especially if, like me, you're a massive fan of Alan Kelly. Coming after the game, hopefully, is the Derby County vlog. Sunday if I'm hungover.
Final thoughts for this weekend, Jono? Sorry, for today, because we're definitely live.
Yeah, later on, should be a good game. Nice full stadium. I've got to be 28, 29,000
It's got to be out there. Got to be. Sure, especially if they're selling out.
Hoping for a good game on that. Enjoy Blades, and Tuesday as well, we'll be at Borough.
So well, yes.
Can't wait for that one as well.
Oh, yes. There won't be a beer and breakfast at Borough. We don't do it for midweek games.
She's lazy.
Yeah, that as well. Not if I go out 6 weddings to fucking edit in space like next 4 days. Fuck's sake. Anyway, cut that. Back to football. Get your previews of the Borough game in. Get your reactions to the Derby game in after the game, as we've said. Please subscribe to the channel. Really does help us out. Fell just short of beer money for Borough this week, so you've not been subscribing enough. Hit that button. Please like the video. Leave some comments.
Give it a share.
Yeah, if you don't like it, like anyway.
Yeah, not wrong with just liking it.
Yeah, just press the button.
It's just a button.
Simples. You know. Just press it.
Just press it.
Press it, Jono. Press it now. Boop. This has been Beer and Breakfast. Enjoy the games, Blades. Jono, always a pleasure.